The topic that I'll be discussing with you is seatbelt usage. My specific purpose is to persuade my audience to always wear their seatbelt. Today, I'll be trying to persuade you that the first thing you have to do after sitting in your car is buckling your seatbelt. Did you know that every hour someone dies in a car crash simply from not buckling his or her seatbelt? You could be a victim too if you do not buckle up when you get in your car. I have had a family member pass away in a car crash due to not wearing their seatbelt. Now, every time that I get into my car, I make sure that that is the first thing that I do. We don't realize how significant wearing seatbelts can be. They could be a literal lifesaver if you are involved in a serious enough crash. They are an important safety feature that, like airbags, help to protect a driver or passenger in a collision and minimize injuries. Many of us, myself included, drive in some sort of way, whether it be we have a hardship, permit, or driver's license. With us being so young, sometimes we feel like we don't need to put on our seatbelt for that 2-minute drive down the road. What we refuse to realize is that within those what seem like short minutes can turn into a fatal crash that you never even saw coming. So today I'm going to be explaining to you why you should always wear your seatbelt. This has seemed to become a big problem in today's world. Roughly 2 out of every 4 teenagers involved in a fatal crash were not wearing their seatbelt, including drivers and passengers. Seatbelts saved an estimated 14,668 lives in 2016, and an additional 2,456 lives could have been saved with 100% seatbelt use. In 2015, 6.1% of teens reported never or rarely wearing a seatbelt when driving with someone else within the last 30 days, compared to 25.95% in 1991. Even though some people do wear their seatbelts, it is found out that most of them are not wearing them like they should be. An article I found titled "Teens in the Driver's Seat" says, "A safety belt does not protect you when it is not worn properly." This is very much true. Most kids will say that they are wearing their seatbelt, but really have the strap behind their back, which is doing them more harm than good. Several people think that it is okay to not wear their seatbelt because what's the point in wearing it, right? We somehow grow up with watching our own parents or family members driving around not wearing a seatbelt, but making us buckle up anyways. As we grow old enough to drive ourselves, we seem to take in the bad habits that our parents had, one being not wearing a seatbelt while in a moving vehicle. In seeing this, we think it is cool to do the same thing as them, or even because we have watched all our friends do it as well. These problems can be solved by taking a few precautions before entering the vehicle. From the website that I found, www.williammatter.com, there is an article titled 5 Ways to Remember to Buckle Up. It lists 5 ways that you can easily help yourself remember. Number 1. Listen. Most cars signal the driver and passengers to buckle up when the key is put into the ignition. Number 2. Leave yourself a note, a written reminder on the dashboard, or even a ribbon tied to the steering wheel works. Number 3. Repetition. Make a habit not to release the emergency brake of your vehicle until your seatbelt is buckled and others in the vehicle do the same. Number 4. Make a game of buckling up. Whoever snaps in first wins. This can work especially well with kids. Number 5. Sign the Buckle Your Belt Pledge. The chance to win a free trip can be a powerful reminder and motivator. This article has really opened up my eyes, and I'm definitely going to take part in these suggestions. In conclusion, I believe that not wearing your seatbelt along with texting while driving is a huge part of today's society.